Okay, want to thank Mary Beth Weiberg or Weberg, don't want to say it wrong. Sorry for sending this to me. See what would have sucks that we're all about divide and conquer and no one gets along, because imagine the information we could get out and what we could really solve if we actually all work together like this. So this Bernstein Bear book thing is officially a conspiracy now. Mainstream media, the Berenstein Bears internet conspiracy might rock your childhood. And I'll just put this below so you can take a look at it. It's a really crappy article. It doesn't talk about nothing. All it just basically does is say, sorry, it's Berenstain, always has been. New conspiracy theories taking the internet and child nostalgia by storm. A popular kids book series known to the most of the population as the Berenstein or Stein Bears is actually called the Berenstain Bears. No, it's not. For those who grew up reading the books and have the word Berenstein engraved in their minds, the fact that the title really is Berenstain is quite a shock to the system. Nope, sorry. No, it's not. And I love this right here. The shock of this revelation has led some to believe in alternate or parallel universes in which the Berenstein Bears were created, and the Berenstein Bears is some massive, crazy internet hoax. No one said that this was a hoax. What we said is that it was spelled something differently than Stain. This. I don't care what anybody says. My wife doesn't care what anybody says. I have that screenshot that someone sent me from the 1985 TV guide where it was spelled like this. Okay, it's not a hoax. It's a misspelling. It's an altering, not a fakery. And this is what they do. They say, oh, over at Reddit, blah blah blah. Reddit user says, clearly you came from a parallel universe where people remember children's books titles flawlessly, and then someone else says, nah man, name was J-Road. It was Berenstain. Berenstain with a hyphen in my universe before I got transported here. Because see, it's just a big joke. So and that's all there is to the article. I mean, they don't want to spend any time on it because they know that this thing was changed. I don't care what anybody says. So this is a really crappy article and a really crappy attempt to downplay what they did with this title. How they changed the books, man, I don't have any idea. I don't, because my mom has the books. I went over to the house and I've looked at them myself, and it's crazy to see the names are the name Stain, but I don't care. And just like I was telling my wife, this stuff, how they did it, it's this the technology or however they're doing this stuff is way above our head. I'll put it to you like this. Whenever I was 10 years old, I was a huge, gigantic video game nerd, all right? I was big in Nintendo especially, right? And if someone would have told me whenever I was 10 years old that by the time I was 18, I think it was around I was coming out of high school going into college, whenever I started to learn about how you could download those games off the internet for free. And you could download, and not even just Nintendo games, you can download hardly just about any system. I mean, it's PlayStation, Sega, Super Nintendo, you can download all these games for free instantly. They're so small and the internet speed is so fast now. And even back then with dial-up, the files are so small. I mean, you can have them instantaneously. So if someone would have told me whenever I was 10 years old sitting in my room playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out that, hey man, here in a few years you're going to be able to get any Nintendo game, every Nintendo game ever made that you want in an instant without even leaving your home for free, I would have called them nuts. But it turned out to be true. So just because we can't understand how something is done now doesn't mean that it can't be done. That's all I'm trying to say with that analogy, if that's a crappy one that I used. But just because we don't understand something doesn't mean it's not possible. That's what I'm trying to say. So thanks again to that person for sending this to me. This is a really crappy attempt to blow this off and call this nonsense. I love this, man. They just simply say, sorry, the fact that the title really is Berenstain. No, sorry, that's not a fact at all. So thanks to my supporters and subscribers and the people who actually really do continue to try to work this stuff out and not just talk smack and divide and conquer.